Blind Date, Show 1, production number 91907, take 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Blind Date, and here is your host, Miss Cilla Black.
Thank you. Hello and welcome to the first of a brand new series of Blind Date. Oh, yes, the TV show. What? This is the TV show in which choose your partners doesn't mean come dancing. No, not on this show. You know, since we started, we've done over 50 shows, ladies and gentlemen. And we're still waiting for our first engagement. But who knows? We could be lucky on this series, so let's start with 3 young men, each hoping they'll be lucky enough to go on a blind date. Let's go and meet them. And you all look wonderful. Let's start with you, number 1. Tell us your name, and I know where you come from, but tell everybody at home.
My name's Alan, and I come from Glasgow.
Job?
I have a job, yes. I'm a sales manager for a printing company.
Oh, really? But you've got a very dangerous sport, haven't you? I mean, you like sort of jumping out of planes and things like that.
Yeah, I should have given it up after I fell in a tree, but I decided to continue with it, and unfortunately the next day I landed rather hard and did some damage to my legs.
But you do it all for charity, don't you?
That's right. I did it to raise some money for the Glasgow Dog and Cat Home.
Isn't that nice? Well, keep it up, good job. Well, hello, number 2. Now, number 2, what's your name and where do you come from,
Hello,
Chuck?
Cilla. I'm Eugene and I come from Wales.
in Wales?
Yes, well, actually, it's rather unusual. I'm a Thai boxing instructor.
Thai box. Have you had any accidents?
One or two.
Have you? You went on holiday last year, and it wasn't Thai boxing that, you know, you had your accident in. I mean, tell them all what a wimpo you was when you were on holiday.
I got roped into a dancing competition, and I twisted my ankle like a complete prat. And for the rest of the holiday, I was limping around and sitting on the beach with my foot in a bucket of water trying to take the swelling away.
Oh.
So it didn't do much for my street cred.
No,
that was that.
Oh, what a wimpo.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, number 3? Have you hurt yourself dancing, or what?
No, not yet.
Well, tell us your name and where do you come from?
I'm Ben, I'm from London.
Hi, Ben. Now, I know, Ben, you're a trainee pilot, but you've done many things, haven't you?
Quite a few, yeah.
Tell us about it.
I started off in computing and decided I was tired of computers and I wanted to do something fun instead.
Oh, something fun. And that's taken up flying planes?
Yeah.
When are you going to pass out, if you pardon the expression? When are you going to
In about
pass
2
your
minutes.
test? Now, apart from being on blind date, when do you hope to pass your... What, finals to become a pilot?
I hope I've nearly finished.
Oh, yeah.
Nearly there.
Yes, so do I. Well, you won't...
Follow me.
No. I'm just jealous of your accent. I think it's wonderful. I hope you don't pass out on this show. And, in fact, I hope you all do well. But there's only one that's got to win. I wish you a lot of luck, all right? Okay. Even a lot of luck. I'll see you then. See you later. Lady luck pick. The only one who can give us that answer is the lucky lady who has to do the picking. And here she is. What a cracker, ladies and gentlemen. Her name is Karen, and she's from the Wirral. Come in, Karen. All right, Karen, one of those fellas over there in for a treat tonight. Now, Karen, I know they won't believe this when you tell them what you do for a living.
I'm a policewoman.
Could you believe that?
Have they run off yet?
Pardon?
Have they run off yet?
Well, I didn't hear the thunder. No, I didn't. But you have an incredible story.
Which
about
one?
the lorry driver, Chuck. Tell them about the lorry driver. Go on.
Right, well, what happened was I was in uniform one day walking along the street and a lorry driver stopped to ask directions. So I just turned to him and said, I'm sorry, I'm just here in fancy dress. So off he drove with me running down the road after him. I was going to get a sack.
Yes. In fact, you told him you were a kissogram. Oh, you wicked police lady, you. How wicked are you going to be tonight with your questions, Karen? You've got 3 there, so fire away.
OK, then. Question number 1. This is to number 1. If you left your car on a yellow line, what excuse would you employ to deter me from giving you a ticket?
I reckon that I'd have to tell you that when I saw you writing the tickets, I was so taken by you that I had to find some way of getting to talk to you. And the only way I could think of doing that was to stop in the yellow line. So hopefully by the time I had asked you out for dinner, you'd have totally forgotten about writing the ticket.
OK, same question to number 2, please.
Right. It was a good answer, that one. Right. See what we can do. I think first thing I'd do, I'd approach you. I'd tell you that I had a lovely smile. But if you were to give me a ticket, you wouldn't get the chance to see it.
Right, same question number 3, please.
I'd have to start off by explaining that the ticket wouldn't really bother me because I was driving a friend's car anyway. And I'd then offer you a ticket to go to the theatre with me that night.
Getting a bit of idea, are you, Karen?
Yeah.
Well, fire away with your second question.
OK, question number 2. If I weren't a policewoman, I'd like to be a teacher. What was your worst subject at school and why? Number 2.
I was never very good in school at anything, really, but if I had to pick anything, it'd be French and German. I'd say they were my worst subjects. No matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't understand them. They were like foreign languages to me.
Right, same question, number 1, please.
Right. My worst subject at school would have to be chemistry. But I reckon if I had you as my teacher, the chemistry between us would soon be put right.
OK, number 3, same question.
I think it'd have to be history, because I could never remember dates. But if you had picked me, I'm sure we'd both have a date we could remember.
And a question to remember. This is your third and final one.
Right. OK. You loathe coffee. I've just moved into the flat opposite.
Have you?
And have run out of coffee.
Have you?
Mm-hmm. OK, I knock on your door and ask to borrow some. What would you do next?
Come back with a bottle of Coca-Cola.
OK, that's to number 2.
Well, first thing, be an utter gent, invite you in, take a seat. Then I'd go off and I'd fetch you a cup of gravy powder. But I'd explain to you it was a very expensive blend of Brazilian coffee. But, like all good things, it takes an acquired taste.
Same question for number 3, please.
I think I'd have to start by explaining why I didn't have any coffee. But then, since I'm a pilot, I'd offer to fly you to Italy to get a real cappuccino.
OK, and finally, number 1.
Right. Well, I reckon what I would have to do is just ask you to hang on for a couple of moments. I'd then rush like mad into the bedroom. I'd tie my bed sheets together, throw them out the window. I'd then climb down to the street below, run like mad down to the shops, and not only bring you back some coffee, but bring you back a big box of chocolates as well.
I take it he doesn't live in a bungalow, then?
Well, you know, Karen, making decisions, I mean, at this time is very difficult, but a decision you've got to make, but not after this quick recap from our Graham. Have a listen to this.
Well, Karen, will you choose number 1, whose chemical reaction to you could be just the ticket? Or how about smiling number 2, who hasn't got 2 coffee beans to rub together? Or if you prefer flighty number 3, will you remember to turn up? The decision is yours.
I don't want to be in your shoes. Who are you going to go for, Karen? Come
Very
on.
difficult. Number 1.
What was it about number 1? Was it the Scottish accent?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's dead sexy.
Oh, dead. I wonder, will you say the same when you see him? Why don't you say hello and goodbye to the 2 that you turned down? You'll be ever so disappointed. I mean, how could she turn down number 2? Yes, and it was number 2 that you turned down. He was Eugene and he was from Wales. Come in, Eugene. Turned down number 3, and that was the pilot. How could you do that? He was going to take it to Italy. But here he is. He's Ben, and he's from right here in London. Come here, Ben. Oh, and 2 kisses. But here's your blind date for this evening. Are you ready for this? I hope you picked the right choice. Because you did. You chose number 1 with a very sexy accent. It's Alan from Glasgow. Come in, Alan. make the right choice? You could find out after you've been on the date. Who's going to choose where you're going on your date, by the way?
Well, the days of chivalry aren't dead.
What does it say, Karen? Come on.
A trip to Cyprus.
Have you been to Cyprus before, love?
I certainly have not, no.
Have you been to Cyprus? Oh, are you good? The birthplace of Aphrodite. Whoever she was. Lanaka, that's where you're going, Lanaka. Oh, yes. All we ask you is to come back next week and tell us all about your date. Will you do that?
Certainly.
Oh, super. Oh, and he hasn't taken his hand out of his pocket. Isn't that wonderful? Ladies and gentlemen, Karen and Alan. See you next week. Lisa. And just to remind you, here's the moment they met. Have a look at this. But are you ready for your Cinderella? Make sure she's home by midnight. Here's your blind date for Christmas. It's Lisa, number 3 from Devon. Come in, Lisa. Well, Mark and Lisa spent their date in the Bahamas. Mark and Lisa, welcome back to Blind Date. Such a long time since we saw you, isn't it, Chucks?
Yeah.
You spent your date in the Bahamas. Was it a lovely first date, or was it not? Don't tell us just yet.
Right.
All will be revealed. Have a look at this.
She had, a lot of bottle, everything available she wanted to do. Jet skis, parasending.
I describe myself as quite a shy person, but once I get to know somebody, I let myself go a bit.
I can honestly say Lisa gave me a black eye. It's gone now, by the way.
As you came into land, you had to land on like a raft in the middle of the sea. And as I landed, this rope swung across and hit Mark on the eye. And it was quite bad, actually. It was quite sore. He did make a bit of a drama out of it, but it was okay.
I think Lisa could be a Bond girl, because we actually visited the place that the Thunderball film was made. But I think she'd just have to be a little taller.
I think he quite fancies himself as a James Bond. Trying to get photographed with the scuba diving kit, standing up on the jet skis. But I think that's just part of his way of showing off, really.
And we just had this photo I took, and I'm giving this really cheesy grin. And all of a sudden, Lisa runs up.
And I just had to push him in, and I pushed him in. And it was freezing cold water. And he came out and he just wasn't amused. But I was in hysterics.
Just about everybody on the island I met knew somebody from Sheffield. They were either at Sheffield University or, worked in Sheffield.
Mark seemed to think that Sheffield was the centre of the universe. People said, "Oh, hi, where are you from?" Instead of saying, "Oh, England," "I'm from Sheffield." That was the wrong accent, I think.
She finds me attractive or not, to be honest. I think she looks up to me more like a brother.
Mark's 22 and I'm 18, but really we seemed about the same age in mature years.
Well, Lisa always looked good through the date. She always took care of her appearance, but she weren't one of these that sort of go to the mirror every time her hair was wet.
Mark is quite vain, yes. Any minute we pass a glass window or something, he has to look in and do his hair.
The kind of guy Lisa probably goes for is somebody who looks like... let's have a look. I forgot his name. Hold on. Nick Cayman.
I think he'd go for the sort of girl that likes to go to pubs a lot, and babysit a lot. Do really boring things.
I think the highlight of the trip for Lisa will be that we got on really well, we had a really great time, and I should think we're the best of friends.
I describe Mark as one of the lads, really, from Sheffield. Sort of go to the pub every night with his dog. He's great fun to be with, really easygoing, but not really my type.
How could you? Great fun to be with, but not your type. What is your type, apart from Nick Kane?
I don't know. Someone that treats you like a lady and... I don't know.
Ah, come on, Mark. How come... You did say, described you. You could have been a Bond girl. I mean, all Bond girls are ladies. I mean, what more do you want, Chuck?
He did have good manners. He opened all the doors for me, but... We were just more like friends, really, weren't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had a great time. Fantastic.
What's so exciting about Sheffield? Come on.
Loads of nightlife.
All the pubs.
All the pubs, yeah.
Got lovely dogs up there, have you? She also said that she thought that you would like your ideal night would be babysitting.
No, my ideal night's
Go on,
a pub crawl and then to a nightclub.
A nightclub?
Yeah, definitely.
What's your ideal night out, Chuck?
I like to be wined and dined and nice and romantic music.
And then go babysitting.
With a dog. If you were taking her out on her ideal night, well, how would you wine and dine her then?
Probably in Kentucky.
What, fried chicken?
I'm only kidding, no, I'm only kidding.
Well, no, that's all right for some people. Now, come on, Lisa.
I like a bit of caviar and champagne. Not very much.
I've only been used to lumpfish myself. Caviar and champagne. You don't ask for much, do you?
No.
But Bond girls do. Now, the big burning question is, I know he's not your type, she said. Not really my type.
Good friends, though.
Mark.
Yeah.
Good friends.
Good friends. I mean, are you going to keep in touch?
Yeah, we've kept in touch, haven't
Oh,
we?
you're so
Only by the
enthusiastic.
telephone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we keep in touch, yeah. And if I'm ever in Torquay, I'll nip in and see her. Yeah.
So sorry.
Thank you very much for coming on Blind Date. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark and Lisa. What a shame. What a shame. Oh. Do you know, I hate it when they're just good friends. I really do. And that brings us to the end of part one. But we will be back in a mo to welcome Eleanor and Elliot to find out if they hit it off. Please God. In Salzburg, and to say hello to the man who has to choose as a blind date one of these three lovely girls. So see you in a couple of minutes.
This is Blind Date Show 1, production number 91907, part 2.
Now, here's something I bet you did not know. In Alaska, some Eskimos still use fish for money. Did you know that? No. They do. And it's true. It must make an awful mess of the slot machines, though. Anyway, enough of that. Right now, let's go over and have a chat with lovely three girls, all waiting and hoping that they'll be chosen to go on a blind date. And here they are. sit down here. Hello, number one. Would you like to tell everybody your name and where you come from, love?
Hello, my name's Sonia and I come from Birmingham.
Sonia, what do you do up there in Birmingham, Chuck?
I'm a hotel receptionist.
Are you really?
I am.
You must have met many famous people.
Oh,
Anybody
thank
that...
you.
Yeah? Anybody that sticks out in your mind, like me?
I was there when you came.
No. Oh, what a shame. Anybody else?
Jimmy Greaves came in. He was the first famous person I ever sort of met, and I just went to pieces. I had to run out and let somebody else do it. I ran away.
What was it about poor Jimmy Greaves that made you go to pieces?
I don't know. I don't think I'd ever been sort of that close to somebody. You know, he's a megastar. I mean, I'm a football fan.
He will be. You've just made an old man very happy. Sorry, Jimmy. You say the same about me. Enjoy blind date tonight. What about you, number two? What's your name and where do you come from?
Hi, Cilla. I'm Rachel and I'm from Glamorgan.
Ah. And what do you do in Glamorgan?
I'm a hairdresser.
Oh, is that lovely? Have you done any famous heads, apart from Jimmy Greaves?
You haven't got any hair.
Oh, don't say, oh, Jimmy, I'm sorry about this. Take no notice of our Rachel. Is there anybody you'd like to, you know, to do their hair?
Jerry Hall, I think.
Oh, she's got beautiful... Her down to her bum. So enjoy blind date. I mean, who's your ideal date you'd like to go out with?
Oh, Tom Cruise.
Yes, you've got taste. Well, I can't promise you a Tom Cruise, but we can promise you a lot of laughs on tonight's show. Number three.
Hi, Cilla. My name's Joanne. I'm from Liverpool.
You're not a hairdresser, are you, Chuck, or anything like that?
I trained to be a dance teacher.
Oh, well, that's very sporty, very... Do you work out every day? You have to.
Yeah, it's full-time college, so... Yeah, I finish in a year's time.
And who do you admire most in the dancing world?
I don't know, really. I love any Andrew Lloyd Webber musical, anybody that's in that, anything like that.
Oh. Well, I wish you a lot of luck in your career, all right, Chuck? In fact, have a lot of fun. I'll see you in a mo, all right? See you later. Well, there you are, our three lovely girls, all looking for their ideal man. And who knows, this could be him. In fact, I know he's him. He's lovely. He's from Glasgow, and his name is John. Come in, John. Now, John, our lad, are you at university at the moment?
Yes, I'm a student at Strathclyde University in Glasgow.
Strathclyde University in
Strathclyde.
Glasgow. What are you studying then?
Microbiology.
Yeah, I thought that. What's that?
It's the study of small things. That's about as much as I know as well.
I think he's talking about Jimmy Greaves again, don't you? But you want to find the cure for the common cold, is that right?
Yeah, I suffer terminally from the cold.
Do you?
Yeah, terrible. Sneezing everywhere.
Oh. You've got a lovely smile with it, my precious little angel. And I see you've got 3 questions there to ask 3 lovely ladies beyond those screens. I mean, you'll be spoilt for choice, so off you go, Chuck.
Right, OK. First question to number 1. I've always wanted to play James Bond.
James Bond?
That was a James Bond impersonation there. Which screen idol... Sorry. Which screen idol would you like to play and why?
Well, John, I think it would have to be Wonder Woman. With your brains and my body, we could go and save the world together on our date.
Do you think you could help me find a cure to the common cold?
I was going to say that I can cure your cold as well.
Number 2, please.
Well, I think it'd have to be the bionic woman, because she's strong, attractive, but you wouldn't need $6 million to take me on a date.
Number 3.
Well, I'd like to be a cross between Miss Moneypenny and Ursula Andress, because I've got the brains of Miss Moneypenny and I've got the body of Ursula Andress.
Okay, the second question, this one's for number 2. Whilst phoning me one night, you get across the line and hear me inviting another girl out to dinner. What would you do?
Well, I think I'd have to interrupt the conversation and pretend that I was the operator, and I'd say, "Get off the line, quick, there's a train coming."
And would you do that all the way from Wales?
All the way.
It must be love. Number 3.
Well, I'd interrupt this cosy conversation by grabbing the phone, saying, "Yes, dear, a foursome would be lovely tonight. In fact, my brother sounds just the right type for your friend."
Number 1.
I don't think I'd say anything at all. I'd just take out a date of my own to the same place, just walk up to you and shout at you as if I'd known you for years and years and ask you how your children were getting on.
Okay, the third and final question, and this one's for number 3. My mum says, if you want to get ahead, get a hat. What type of hat reflects your personality?
Well, my chérie, I think that a beret would be me, because like a beret, I am chic, sophisticated, and dead sexy like.
Well, that was definitely the best French accent I think I've ever heard.
How many of you were?
Not very many, but it's definitely the best one I've ever heard. Number 2.
Oh, right. I think I'd have to be a conjurer's top hat, because like me, it's tall, thin, and magic.
Number 1.
I think I would be a Spanish hat, first of all to go with my Spanish blood. And after the show, I might even give you a private showing of my flamenco dancing.
It's like Quality Street, isn't it? So many to choose from.
Oh, you said that. And that's your 3 questions,
Yep.
Rachel.
That's
Have you
all
made
of them.
your decision yet? Don't tell us just now, because there's our Graham with a quick reminder.
Well, John, will your number 1 be our number 1, the Olay girl who's finger-clicking good? Or will you go for bionic number 2, the tall, thin Welsh rabbit, isn't it? Or perhaps you go for dead sexy number 3, who wants to be licensed to thrill. The decision is yours.
Come on, don't keep us in suspense any longer. Who are you going for?
I'll go for number 3.
Well, then, what turned you on to number 3, then? What finally clinched it?
I think it was the sexy part.
We'll soon find out about that, but in the meantime, here's the 2 that you turned down. First of all, you turned down number 1, and that was Sonia from Birmingham. Come in, Sonia. Any regrets?
I've made my decision. I have to stick to it.
Yeah, of course you have to stick to it. And you also turned to that lovely, tall, thin Welsh lady. That was number 2, and that was Rachel from Mid Glamorgan. Come in, Rachel. Look at that. You like that, don't you?
She did.
Yes, she is.
Nice clothes.
Nice clothes, yes. Here's your blind date. You will not regret this. My hometown. You chose number 3, Aunt Joanne from Liverpool. Come in, Joanne. What's your first impressions?
Oh, very nice.
Very nice.
I like the hair.
You like the hair?
Thank you.
Who's going to pick where you're going? Who's going to pick where you're going on your date? Come on.
I've
pick
got
a card.
butterfingers. I'll drop them, so...
Butterfingers.
Butterfingers. Butter.
Who's going to pick? Are you going to
I'll
pick
allow
Chuck?
you.
Come on, love.
Pick a good one.
What does it say?
A day in Hong Kong?
Oh, God.
You should be good on the date, Cilla.
I shouldn't have done that. I could have gone to Hong Kong with you.
You make a perfect couple.
A day in Hong Kong? What? I can't top that. Yes, you're going to go up the capital of the world over there for your duty-frees. All we ask is for you to come next week and... Yes, come next week, tell us all about it. Bring us back a takeaway. Will you do that?
You come as well.
Oh, I'd love to come. Keep saying that to the producer. Ladies and gentlemen, John and Joanne. See you next week. Oh, lovely. Well, the other couple from our last series were Eleanor and Elliot, and this is how they reacted when they met each other on the show. The best is yet to come. From my home, Merseyside. Merseyside, yeah? Ellie the Welly. Here he is, your blind date, your Christmas blind date. Elliot, there you go. And for their blind date, Eleanor and Elliot jetted off to romantic Salzburg. Welcome back, Elliot and Eleanor. Now, Salzburg looked ever so romantic. I mean, was it romantic? Did you enjoy yourselves? Or were you glad to see the back of each other? Don't tell us yet. Have a look at this.
And then somebody said to her, Eleanor, who are you going to pick? And she said, I think I'll go for number 1. And I sat back and said, number 1? Number 1? That's me! And I was so like, oh, just really thought it was great. The adrenaline really built up inside me. I was so excited.
I picked number 1 and they were really like applauding and I thought, God, he's got a right cracker, like. And then as we went back, I was surprised because I thought he'd be really tall.
When the car came to hotel to pick us up, the driver got my case and he put it into the back, and Eleanor was sitting in the back and she looked really nice sitting in the back of the car. So I got in the car and I gave her a kiss on the cheek. Trying to be dead romantic, but she wasn't very romantic. She goes, oh, thank you, like that. She gets a bit shy.
We got on the plane and Elliot just tells jokes constantly. I mean, you just can't get a word in edgewise with him at all. You just can't.
All day long I kept saying to Eleanor, have you seen him? And she'd go, who? I'd say, the Invisible Man. And I kept doing it and she kept falling for it every single time.
I was trying to fall asleep because I was really tired and he wouldn't let me sleep because he just went on and on and on and on. But quite funny as well. And then...
In the evening we went to this meal. It was really nice and it was at the top of the mountain overlooking the whole of Salzburg, and it was really romantic, and the food was excellent, and they had this guy playing the piano, and we had this really nice meal. It was very romantic. Unfortunately, Eleanor isn't as romantic as me.
He was trying to do all these tricks all the time, you know, trying to impress this waiter. And he said to him, he says, let me show you this trick, and he was doing this trick with a match and his serviette sort of thing.
So I got this cigarette, and I went like that in front of him, and I went... and it disappeared, and then it came back again.
And he says, shall I show you again? And like, he kept going back and forward, and I'm saying, oh, Elliot, stop it, for God's sake. He says, look, I'm going to get a bottle of champagne out of this if it kills me. Like, I said, he won't give you one at all. He says, yeah, he will, and he's like that. And this guy is so puzzled, and he said, I'll tell you what, he says, I'll show you how it's done if you give me a bottle of champagne. He said, no. And he just, like, walked away and ended the story, sort of thing.
We went to the Sound of Music tour, and they took us round all the different sites of the Sound of Music, and we saw the big castle, and we saw the big hill where they all come running down the hill, but unfortunately we didn't run down the hill. There was too much snow on it. I didn't have my Wellingtons with me, so we decided not to do that. And we were sitting in the back of the coach going, do, a deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun. We started singing all the songs like that, which was quite good.
Yeah, I liked his personality a lot because he like made other people laugh, and I like somebody to do that that's got bags of personality.
Oh, I could just tell that she fancied me.
He was complimenting me, and I was sort of complimenting him back, sort of thing, to him. But then I thought, I don't know what to say to him in case, like, you think he takes it the wrong way and he goes to kiss me or hold my hand again, sort of thing.
I went to hold her hand. She'd go, oh, no, don't do that, please, Not very romantic. And I was trying to be the perfect gentleman, but it didn't really come across that way. I was trying to be romantic and she was very shy.
And I said, no, I don't want to hold your hand, like... And he's saying, why not? I said, because I'm not romantic like that. And
I think that if I went out with somebody like Eleanor, that I wouldn't really argue with her, because she was very easygoing. Whatever I said, she agreed with, really.
I think we're both really quite bossy people, so none of us would give in at all. I think we'd just battle on and on and on and on.
I think she had the barriers up. She was being a bit shy towards me, but a few more days and I think she would have been all right with me.
A week with Elliot would drive me mad.
I think Eleanor would tell her friends that I was the perfect gentleman, opened doors for her, I looked after her, gave her plenty of compliments, and she liked that.
To make Elliot the man for me, I think I'd have to stretch his legs a little bit, put a bit of hair on the front of his head, a little bit, and have a zip across his mouth so that I can when he says something.
I think she really liked me. I think if I was about 4 inches taller, had a bit more hair on my head, a bit more muscular, she would have fancied me more then.
Oh, Eleanor, you've got to give it to him. I mean, top marks for confidence.
God,
I mean,
yes,
How do you feel about her, Eleanor, saying that, you'd be all right? Well, you said it yourself, 4 inches tall, a bit more hair on your head, but you weren't expecting the zip across the mouth.
No, I wasn't. She kept asking me to tell her more jokes, so I thought she enjoyed it,
How many jokes have you got apart from who's that? It's the invisible man.
Oh, I can't tell them here tonight.
Why?
A bit too rude, they might get censored.
She'll fall asleep.
She'll fall asleep, yes.
Ah, that's not nice. He wasn't that boring.
She laughed at all the jokes, most often.
He must have kept you awake with his magic tricks. I mean, I was... That was a wizard.
Not bad, was
what
it?
you did with the cigarette was
It
great.
was great, wasn't it?
Have you got any more of them?
Well, I've got me sore. I was sore Ellen hard, but I don't think she'll let me tonight.
Are you eternally disappointed that, are you shocked and stunned that she didn't fancy you as much as you thought she did on film?
Oh, I don't know, really. I'll get over it.
I'm sure you fancied that you think I did fancy me. So I didn't think you fancied me anyway, so...
Well, we had a good trip together.
It was just
we got
like
on with
good
it. We
friends, we had a good time.
We had a good time together. We had a good laugh.
Oh, it was a lovely country. It was really lovely.
The country was lovely.
Somewhere for a little while.
The country was lovely, but Ellie wasn't so.
No, he was lovely as a friend, but no more than that.
Didn't light your fire, Chuck. Your final word from you, Elliot. What have you got to say to that?
There's not much I can say, really, is there? Just go home and cry,
Well, don't go home and cry, because we all love him, don't we, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, and thank you both for coming on Blind Date. Ladies and gentlemen, Ellie the Welly and Eleanor. What a show. Well, the clock says says it's time to go, but don't forget to make a date with us next week to find out if the Earth moved for Karen and Alan, and John and Joanne, and to see who picks who for their blind date. So until then, ta-ra then, ta-ra!